Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
So, do members of the U.S. Coast Guard carry guns? It's a common question, because we often see them on the news pulling people from the water during a hurricane, looking more like first responders than soldiers. The short answer is yes, they absolutely carry firearms. But the full answer is a little more complex, and it goes to the very heart of what the Coast Guard is. The Coast Guard is unique. It's one of America's 6 armed forces, but it's also a federal law enforcement agency. This dual role is key to understanding when and why they are armed. You won't see every coastie walking around with a sidearm all day long. It's all about the mission. The primary time you'll see them armed is during law enforcement duties, which is a huge part of their job. When a Coast Guard cutter pulls alongside a suspicious vessel at sea, the boarding team that goes across is armed. They are trained for high-risk situations like drug smuggling interdictions, stopping illegal fishing, or migrant interdiction operations. They board thousands of vessels a year, and they need to be prepared for anything. Another major reason is port security and homeland security missions. After September 11th, this role expanded significantly. Coast Guard members protect our nation's ports, waterways, and coastlines from threats. This can involve armed patrols on small boats or standing a vigilant watch at a shoreside station. So what are they carrying? The standard issue sidearm for the Coast Guard is the SIG Sauer P229 or DAK pistol. For situations that require more firepower, they use the M4 carbine, which is the same rifle used by other military branches, and the Remington 870 shotgun for close-quarters situations. And it doesn't stop there. Coast Guard cutters, the ships they operate, are equipped with much heavier weaponry. You'll find crew-served weapons like the .50 caliber M2 machine gun and even sophisticated, radar-guided cannons like the Mk38 25mm chain gun on larger vessels. These ships are warships, fully capable of defending themselves and projecting force when necessary. So while the Coast Guard cook or a helicopter mechanic might not be armed during their daily duties, the personnel standing watch, the boarding officers, and the gunner's mates who maintain these weapon systems are highly trained and proficient in their use. They are a military service with law enforcement authority granted by Title 14 of the U.S. Code, which allows them to enforce federal law on the high seas and U.S. waters. In short, the image of the Coast Guard as lifesavers is 100% accurate, but they are also a highly capable armed force, ready to protect the country from maritime threats. They are trained to save lives, but they are also trained to enforce the law and use force when necessary. I hope this clears things up about whether the Coast Guard carries guns. It's a fascinating service with a complex mission. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video interesting and want to learn more about topics like this, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel.